Hey, changelings eat babies because that's how nature works. I'm truly glad you asked this question because in my mangas, all my series are dark fantasy by nature. The world is dark, but more importantly, our world is dark. Everything that I pull has some grounding, some inspiration in nature, and specifically the changelings were inspired by the parasitic nature that some animals have when it comes to reproduction and rearing of children. Like, for example, some species of spiders will literally kill their partners whenever they're done mating. There are some species of birds who will literally go and kill the other birds and force the parent to raise their children. And not to mention, whenever we start talking about fungus, you have the zombie plant, or technically zombie fungi, where it will literally take over another creature in order to grow. And oddly enough, the fungi was kind of an inspiration for the changelings, where it will occupy another creature's body. Such as when a male reproduces with a non-changeling woman and then somebody else comes along and gets her pregnant, the kabats grow in the child's lungs that either the child will die due to malnourishment because of the kabats taking the nourishment, or the child will throw them up, and in which case the changeling will come in and retrieve the kabats, leaving the child alive. So I took that inspiration of the parasitic nature of changelings and took the original lore of changelings where they will come and drop their own child off for you to raise. And I kind of mixed them together. There is no reason that I have to come up with entirely new twisted methodology for things to reproduce when I can just look at nature and look at folklore and find some interesting way to twist them together. But what I love so much about the changeling reproductive method is it allows me to explore a whole different theme. In my Night of Slaughter manga, we actually get to look at a changeling, Almond back there. And he is a part of Team Valor, which is comprised mostly of humans, which is led by the child-kicking teenager, Jalen. And Ullman is going to serve an incredibly important thematic thing that's going to be coming up soon, because it's going to make you ask a question is, are they human? Are they evil by nature? Do they have a right to even exist? And that's because Night of Slaughter follows Veronica's journey through apprenticeship. And since she's got all these other kids in that apprenticeship, it's also going to follow them as well. Because once you come to know Ullman, once you come to see what he is able to contribute to the team and to you guys personally as readers, the thing that you guys as readers need to rectify is one day, will Ullman follow the path of his people even though he wasn't raised, such as going out, laying the baby batter, allowing the normal person to come back, impregnate a woman, and then steal the child or steal the kabat? Will Ullman steal a child to impregnate a changeling woman with? Is this something that changelings can feel sympathy for? Is this something that he himself can control? Or is it just something when he hits teenage years and starts getting those urges, is it something he will automatically do? How will that make you feel about him? Because you got to grow up with him. So we get to address nature versus nurture with Ullman specifically. It becomes a perfect vehicle into the Devil's Deal, which resides in the Great Collection and how they treat changelings. Are the Great Collection residents eligible for forgiveness for the changeling milking farms and their productization of the changeling women? I mean, they literally capture them, mutilate them, cut their tails off, hook them up to machines so they can simply draw product from them to sell, and then when their time is done, they take a sledgehammer and beat their heads in. But is that hatred spawned from the war a justification for what they do today that happens in the Devil's Deal? Or will readers be able to experience Ullman changing the way his people operate and the way that they are viewed in the world? This is a journey that I'm going to take you on with all these different races that have all of their own issues. But ultimately, as a world builder, trust me, let me cook. And then I promise I'm going to make it pay off for you. But hey, you can go ahead and grab a copy while I still have some left, because Night of Slaughter is definitely running out quickly.